You know, you always run into the same dead end with the flat Earth thing when you start looking into the pre-Copernicus uh, history of math and Galileo and Newton and all this fucking shit. Who's the guy that was before Copernicus? Because what happened is there's always a certain point, no matter what source that you're listening to or reading, where they'll say, "Oh, the ancient people already knew that the Earth was round." So they just they never explain how anybody knew the Earth was round. They just turn it into an argument of whether the stars were revolving around the Earth or the sun. So it's like geocentrism versus heliocentrism. There is no geocentrism. Earth's not a planet. You know what I mean? So get that out of your head. It's a Polaris centrism is a better way of looking at it, because the center of the radius of the motion of the moon, the stars, and the sun, and the wandering stars is the Polaris, or near there. But here's the thing about it is, even the most brilliant people that you'll see online, like Norman J. Wildberger, who's completely knows the history of math, every different type of math, affine geometry, blah blah blah, Euler, Euclid, all the different timelines, and so he, if anyone, knows rational argument versus broken hypotheses. But even when you sift through his videos, you'll find the point where he says that people knew the Earth was round before they knew that it moved. And he says that you could see the sun and the stars rising in an arc, disappearing, and then disappearing overnight, and then appearing on the other side. And that suggested that there was an underworld, or that the stars were going underneath our feet and then coming back up. Well, I mean, that just, it's just a weak argument, because you can see, when you're looking at a star trail of the northern hemisphere, you can see that the stars are spinning like a flat disc, like a record album, not like a rolling sphere that you're inside of, right? The only reason that when you're facing south, things that are circling on a radius that to a north point behind you are going to come closest to you when they're right in front of you, and that's when they're going to be highest in the sky, right? Because they're closest to you because of because of perception, visual perception. You'll see them higher in the sky. As they move west in your vision, they're going to get further away from you, because they're on an arc that has a longer radius that you're not the center of, right? So they're going to set in the horizon, because they've gotten too far away from you to you're not going to be able to resolve them anymore in the fucking distance, right? They circle around behind your back and then come back around, right? That would be like sitting on the inside of a racetrack, the inside loop of a racetrack, watching the cars go by, and when they circle around behind you, saying that they went underneath your feet upside down. It's not, the 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 plane and the low atmosphere are level Euclidean plane, and then the sun circles in a flat circle like a roulette wheel above that. Stars circle above that. There's no there's no the stars don't go underneath your feet and then come back up on the other side of you. They go behind you. They go behind you and circle around. Okay? That's there. So the idea that ancients knew that the earth was round, maybe if you live so far south that you couldn't see the North Star, and the stars were going over your head, didn't have much arc to them, because when you faced south, things would ride from the east, go right over your head, and then set again. Everything would basically be the same distance. So there's no time in history where everyone knew that Earth was a planet, because they could tell it was a round sphere because they could look up in the sky and deduce that. Because you can't deduce that now, so you sure couldn't deduce it then. Everyone can see that the stars are spinning in a flat plane, and the ones that are furthest south are the highest in the sky. Right? So to speak. Okay.